Everyone once dreamed as a kid to have a superpower that's super cool just like in the movies and the games. When we think of superpowers, we think about something cool and useful like super strength or super speed. But what if instead you had the worst powers you can possibly imagine? I decided to make a game where you play as a hero with the worst possible powers, and well, it fucking sucks. But it's also kind of funny. And somehow, a lot of bad powers can sometimes add up to something good. But in the case of this game, I'm not sure if you would call the result good. To get started, I needed a list of bad superpowers. If you watch my vids, which you do, right? You should know that I have the creativity of a goldfish. So I decided to ask an AI. Thankfully, the AI overlords blessed me with some amazing ideas, so let's make that game. I decided a good base for the game would be a third-person shooter. I didn't want to do too much work, so... Yoink? That's such a nice character and map. I wonder who made it. Not me, that's for sure. Is there a package to fix skill issues as well? I made the movement system, but turns out the collision for the map is kinda messed up and I don't know how to fix it. Anyway, that map has way too many things considering the powers I'm about to add that will make it almost unplayable. So I made a more simple one. The player is really sliding a lot while moving. I could fix this, or it's a new superpower, super slippery feet. The camera also doesn't rotate up or down, so I gotta fix that. Unless... Another superpower, the hero can see super far and even a bit behind him, but he can't look up or down. That's very convenient for a shooter game. Now I need to model an enemy to fight against and a banana for... well, you'll see. So I modeled both of those myself. Okay guys, I know I'm trash at modeling, okay? You don't have to say anything. Whoa, that alien really do be spitting though. But this isn't a rap, so you gotta slow down, little buddy. Also, the player needs to have some animation setup done. Nice, a shooter where you can't look up or down. Thanks, I hate it. I made the balls you shoot bounce to give you a chance of hitting the flying enemies without looking up. But don't worry, we got some superpowers coming. I bet the first superpower is going to help us out a lot, so let's see what the AI suggests. The ability to turn into a... banana? Okay. So I made it so when I press B, I turn into a banana for 1 second and then I turn back normal. While you're a banana, you can only look around, nothing else. Let me tell you, that did not help. At all. Well, hopefully the next power is better. The ability to travel back in time. Whoa, that's so good! By 1 second. Oh. Well, it's still kinda good. I made it so you return to where you were and also to the HP you had 1 second ago when you press a key. This is actually a really good power. Sure, it's not perfect because it's only 1 second. And if you press it too fast, you can sometimes return back to a future you came from. But it's still great. Next, we have the ability to fly. That also sounds pretty good, so I decided to make it so you can control the up and down movement directly. Instead, it becomes a kind of anti-gravity and skywalk. And since your armor is heavy, you can't jump and try to keep that momentum upwards, which means you pretty much only go down. Did you really think I was gonna let you have a good power? Because of this, the fly ability is hardly usable if it wasn't for the next power, which is the ability to teleport. But of course you don't control that either. You teleport to a random position around you. But you can also teleport slightly upwards and then use the glide to try to stay in the air and shoot enemies. But it also teleports you all around, making it very hard to aim. Damn, I know it's the point of the video, but everything sucks in this game. So you're gliding in the air, teleporting to gain height, shooting enemies while aiming only left to right. Yeah, this really sucks. But it's also kind of funny, and I guess if you beat enemies, it's rewarding. The next power is... the power to explode. That sounds so cool, so how does it work? You create an explosion where you look, you throw a fireball, No, you explode yourself. Okay, well, I can't even make a joke about that, so let's just keep going. If I allow the player to rewind time after exploding himself, the explosion killing him gets reversed, so it actually becomes really good. You can explode enemies around you and then rewind and be fine. But since you can only rewind 1 second, you need to reach the enemies fast without taking too much damage, otherwise rewinding 1 second will not put you back at max HP. The last ability is the ability to shoot lasers from your eyes. That you can turn off, of course. I made it so when it hits an enemy, it damages it, but since you can't look up or down, it's really hard to aim. There's something wrong with it though. It's too good. So to make it less good, I made it so when you turn your camera too quickly, it's like you burn yourself with your laser so you take damage. Oof. That really sucks. As a nice final touch, some of the powers like the banana are too bad so no one will ever use them. And that's no fun. So I made it so the hero doesn't control his powers too well and might randomly trigger them. So you could be running away trying to survive and you just randomly explode or turn into a banana. That's really just annoying. So yeah, this is officially the worst game I've ever made. But in a weird way, it's also the most beautiful. Now I just have to sell it for $80 and finish it later with updates.